Hey Virgos, welcome to Virgo Intuitions family. So, Virgos, we're going to go ahead and dive into this message to see what Spirit has for us. Family, if anything resonate or you feel called to, don't forget to like this video and subscribe, okay? Let's dive in. Most High, what is it that you want our powerful, brilliant, sexy as uncomfortable Virgos to know at this time? Messages of truth and clarity. All right, let's get it. Mm. Next, we want our Virgos to know most high. Right now, Spirit is saying that you're definitely tapping into the unknown. You are a seer. You're someone that I feel like you're starting to truly understand your hidden powers, your hidden gifts. And it's like you are revealing so much more to yourself that is uncovered. I feel like parts of you starting to kind of shock yourself, like just how closely you are to the divine, truly defining what being chosen is, and also kind of like relearning your divinity. It's relearning yourself, like one thing I remember is like when one of my associates, they were telling me like, Mercy, like you've been born with this gift, so you really don't know how other people perceive you, or that you normalize it to where I feel like sometimes you don't even know how gifted you are and how people on the outside view you. I feel like you're starting to come into this awareness of how dope you are. You're coming to this awareness on how much you see that you normalize that other people don't see. And when people realize you see it, like why it's such a big factor, shocking factor, but to you, you just like, bitch, I'm born a superhero. Hell, I don't know. It's just that I feel like you're starting to realize how unnormal you are because you normalize yourself to kind of downplay. I don't even want to say downplay. It's just that you're so modest. I don't want to say humble because you're not at your lowest form, but you're so modest and aware of other people's abilities that sometimes you downplay or do not put importance or significance to who you are. And I feel like you're starting to truly learn that you are, in fact, different. You are, in fact, unique. Like this whole time, the whole world seemed like they're going against you. Family, associates, friends, co-workers, lovers. It's like, why does it seem like it's me against the world? Why am I the black sheep? Why nothing seems to just go smoothly with me? You're starting to realize because you are truly a unicorn in a world where they see unicorns, but they don't want the unicorns to know they're unicorns. So they'll clock them in this falsity, false energy. But the thing is, with a unicorn, the horn will show. You hear me? It don't matter what they put on you. It's your light, your uniqueness is going to break through. And when you realize that you are who you are, then it's like the world has no choice but to acknowledge you for who you are. See, people siphon your dope energy. They siphon your life, even when you're not even knowing. You know how many people knew you was a unicorn, you didn't know, and they taking pictures and shit with you. They over here like, yeah, bragging to other people, y'all got a unicorn, but they don't know they're a unicorn. They think they're a regular horse. They think they're a donkey or some shit. You can fly and shit, but when you flying, they try to make you feel like you're doing something wrong so that you will stay ground bound. Now you're really starting to discover how deep this rabbit hole go. Not even know that you are the rabbit that dug the hole. You are a part of the beginning. And I feel like as you find yourself uncovering mysteries of life, you realize you are the very thread of that mystery. You are the mystic. You are that light. You are that superhero. You have that power. You are part of Professor X's school. You are the mutant, seeing your gifts but not really seeing them, trying to fit in knowing that you didn't. performing powers, not acknowledging them as powers, but just as something. Not knowing fully what it is. And I feel like that's where you are right now. You are really starting to acknowledge and accept that you are truly a gift from God. And no matter how people try to demonize your abilities, it's only because they ain't gifted. Only a motherfucker that ain't power, that ain't got no special gifts, mad at a motherfucker got special gifts. And you starting to see that. And more so, it's like you're the one that's using your gifts for the light, to heal, to make whole, to redeem, to give hope. You're not operating in fear. You're not using your gifts to make people fearful. You're using your gifts to enlighten, to show the world that there is so much more beyond their own sight. And it's not for people to be afraid of, but for them to embrace. Because the ones who tried to destroy you because they were afraid of what they didn't understand, they end up destroying themselves. So why would you be self-demising to thyself, trying to destroy something that's that's undestroyable, unfuckwittable? Why don't you just learn? Why don't you just heal? Something about you. Yeah. I'm seeing right now, not only are you tapping into your knowing, your divine knowing, knowing that you're connected to the universe and everything around it, you are everything. And at the same time, you could detach from to nothing, understanding that this experience is just that, to make the biggest impact on this earth, as well as realizing that you're detached from the things that keep you stagnant to the material realm, but you are truly embracing your spiritual realm while still maintaining a material realm, which you are kind of like floating through this life now as God, as a creator, because you are one with God. And I feel like right now you're tapping into your youthful energy, the very energy where you were programmed with the lower vibrational mentality to keep you material bound, to keep you out of your God-like energy, keep you out of that creation, to keep you in fear, to keep you subdued to the attacks of the enemy. And now that you know that you are the divine, you are a part of, not separate from, now that you know that you have more ability in your creation than you do in what they programmed you in your demise, now you're really moving freely. And because you're moving freely, the world, I feel like you're at this place where you're manifesting things. All the work you've done, it seems like, okay, it's just levels to it. You know, you got to the level where things started to come faster because you critiqued something. It's something in your mind. You mastered a level. I feel like you know it without knowing. It's kind of like that Bruce Leroy. How did you know you was going to catch it? I didn't know. That's when you just know you're the master. Knowing without knowing. And that's where you are. Use the masters, baby. You shall look like a master to me. And now, like, what you don't see, like, you could be moving in slow motion, but what you don't understand, and people who are stuck to the material realm, or people who have not gotten to your level, they see you over here like this, like you just like, you got that glow, ooh, ooh. You feel it, like it's like you just, but in your mind, you moving slow like a motherfucker, like, damn, bitch, like, do you remember the Matrix? You remember the Matrix? And then, but in reality, or in the Matrix, that motherfucker was just moving so fast, like, damn, you motherfucker just boom, boom, boom. That motherfucker like, damn, this shit, that motherfucker punch, like, even on Spider-Man, when that dude tried to punch him, he like, motherfucker moving slow. People moving in slow-mo, but when you moving, you think you moving slow, but you really moving extremely fast. And I feel like that's where you are now. And more so, you have healed your childhood wounds that prevented you from understanding how important your existence is. And now with childlike energy, what's one thing children know how to do? Their imagination. It's crazy, right? You're back in that childlike energy, and whatever you could think of, it is a reality. So now you're back in a childlike state to believing and trusting that whatever you could view is reality, and now it becomes your reality. So now people who are limited mentally to like the limitations that they've been that they was raised with, that limits their ability to even think reality could be something that they thought of. You are living it. And that's the reason why I look like you moving slow, but you really moving fast. That's the reason why you starting to acknowledge you're a divine unicorn when everybody else is just slaves. They mental slaves. Their body don't have to be trapped. If their mind is, then a slave could be walking freely, but still confined to the boundaries that their mind has confined them in fear. That's the reason why people fear you now, because you don't fear shit. You don't give no fucks about being in society norm. You don't give a fuck about what people think, do, because you realize people stupid as fuck and they followers. 90% of the world, 90-something% of the world are followers. And right now, I feel like you made the decision to leave those who don't want to evolve or elevate alone. And you are walking this journey. So it may have seemed you walking it alone. But what happens when you get to the top of the mountain? You start to realize you're not alone. It's very few people at the top, but you still meet people who have been through what you've been through. And I feel like this is where you are. You at this place where it's like you acknowledge you are different. You are pretty much walking something alone, but God is saying, but at this next level, this heightened level where your abilities are more potent, you acknowledge it now. You're coming into alignment with other people who have made it to your level. It's not a lot of people that make it to the top. That's the thing. That's why it's not really hard to be a part of the 1% if you are mentally strong enough to not be a follower and be a leader. And then not just be a leader, but be an observer. The one who peeps everything. That's who you are. But the thing is, they usually kill those who peep everything, but they can't kill you. You're indestructible. That ain't the time for that. And now that's the reason why a lot of people, elite, are fearing those who are rising to their true ancestral royalty dominance, because they know they cannot kill you off. Even thinking of hindering you immediately sends powerful blows to the kingdom that they have built that's already being destroyed. You really, God is really telling you it's time to strut your stuff. God said, I hid you for a time like this. This is the best time to be alive, to be amongst, this earthly realm, because you are literally untouchable. And moving forward, God just saying, remember, you are chosen. You are the God. You are the living God energy here on earth. God said you can't be stopped. You can't be compromised. You can't be fucked with. So create. This is a blank canvas. God says create. We've already went through the struggle and pain, and you didn't have to sell your soul like a lot of these motherfuckers did. You didn't have to compromise your character. That's another reason why you hate it. You know that, right? Because a lot of people did a lot of shit unknowingly, whatever, but maybe they spirit of discernment wasn't on point. A lot of these people are slaves to entities and kingdoms that are falling down, that have to be delivered in your hands. It's like the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the righteous. We the righteous. You feel me? Ain't nobody controlling us, bitch. Ain't no puppet master. Where the strings at all? It's all authentic energy. A lot of people are upset because you do have this freedom. And not only are you about to gain dominion and power, but also what they sow, you're about to have the wealth of their spirit. That shit crazy. It's really crazy. But anyway, family, I love you guys. Love yourself. Understand who you are. Walk in your power. Bro, they can't fuck with you. It's too late. It's too late. Too late. Too late. If you this resonated with you, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. I love you. Love yourself. Remember, we the gods. It ain't shit they can do about it. But sit back and watch us rise and shut the fuck up. Just be quiet. Tonight is the night we rise.